everyone. Today we're going to paint, by popular demand, a little mountain scene. So I will show you my supplies and we'll get started. So this is Arches brand paper. It's 100% cotton and it's cold pressed. Today I'm going to use my Art Philosophy confection set called Currents. It's all greens and blues, but I'm just actually going to use one blue and it's going to be that one. And I'm also using my Princeton Heritage brushes. Oh, they're all round. That's my dog barking. Around 12, around 6, and I might use the round 2, I'm not sure. And I have my water, paper towel, and I'm going to cheat so we don't have to wait. I'm going to use my blow dryer after each layer. So let's get started. I'm going to wet my brush, and I'm going to pick up some of that blue that I love so much. And in the beginning, the very first layer is going to be a very watery wash. I just put some blue there. I keep adding water, water, water. So what we're going to do is I'm going to have like 3 mountain ridges, the top one being the lightest. Now you could sketch your ridges, but I'm just going to freehand mine. And I'm going to start here and go like this. And make that little point here. And I'm just going to do, all I'm doing is this very watery blue. And I'm just bringing it across the paper like a mountain peak. And that's it for that very first layer. That's it. Looks like I have a little red on my brush, so I'm getting a little purple mountain, which is kind of cool. So I'm just going to bring that down to about there. And now close your ears because I'm going to blow dry it. So now I'm going to pick up some more blue because I want this second layer to be a little bit darker than the first. And I'm just going to add it in to my puddle there from the first one. Okay, so there we have it. And now I'm going to make another mountain peak. I guess like this maybe, over here like that. And then I'm going to bring that color down. So we're overlapping the first one and just making this peak of mountains darker than the first. And the reason for that is that then that makes it appear that those are in the distance. These are a little bit closer, right? So we're just going to do the same thing. Just wash it across the page. I like my peaks here, so I'm just going to leave them be. And then I'm sorry, but here comes a blow dryer again. Okay, so you'll see, I went like this while I was blow drying. You probably saw it, and I got fingerprints on there. But you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna cover it up by the next layer. I kind of like what happened over here, a little bit of darkness, something different. So same thing again. What I'm gonna do is, to my little puddle of blue, I'm gonna pick up some more, just make it even darker. This will be our final part of the mountain, and I'm going to show you a neat trick. So my brush is loaded now with this dark blue. So I'm going to go in and make my final mountain, just something like that, cover up my fingerprints. Okay, so that is my final mountain, maybe a little more interest right here, like that. Okay, so as I bring it down, I'm going to add more water because I want to bring it all the way down to the bottom of my page, but I want it to be lighter because I'm going to put some trees in the distance here on the bottom. And if it's too dark, obviously the trees won't show up. So as you can see, all I'm doing is just adding water and bringing that final layer of blue down to the bottom of the page. I have painted off the sides of my painting, just because I like a nice, clean, crisp edge, and I just like the satisfying feeling of ripping that paint off, ripping the tape off at the very end. Okay. So this is very wet, so when I blow dry it, I don't know what's going to happen. Okay, we have a dry painting, and I'm going to put in some trees in the bottom here. So this will look like almost like a valley when I'm done, and you'll see what I mean. So I'm switching now to my round 6, and I'm just going to go straight into that color because I want it deep, I want it dark, and I want it heavily pigmented. Okay, so I'm just gonna go in like that, and I'm just gonna make a tree. And that's simply just going side by side to side, dabbing at a, as you can see, I'm angling down. I need more paint. Getting wider at the bottom. Going back, maybe I want it a little taller. I mean, trees aren't perfect. Leaving some white spots. Here's my first tree. Okay, make a smaller tree here. Just draw a line, back and forth, kind of at a diagonal, as you can see. I'm going back and forth diagonally, and I'm just stippling. There's no rhyme or reason. It's just back and forth, and before you know it, you have a tree. I'm just gonna leave that one just the way it is. Over here, I think I'll have a taller one. Just draw a line. Doesn't have to be straight. I mean, straight, but it's kind of wonky. And same. Back and forth, a little bit of diagonal. More paint. All the way down to the bottom of the page. I like that one. Over here, we don't really have room for a whole tree, which is fine. We'll make half a tree. So I'm just gonna draw a line here and do the same. Diagonally, just stippling. It's gonna run into that tree. They're neighbors. It's a little bit taller. Okay. And then I'm gonna make a tree right here, little guy, to fill up that part of the page. And same, diagonal, back and forth, button up with his neighbors. Now another cool thing you can do is, since these are very much in the foreground, right? And what we did with our mountain peak in the back is lighter. So I'm going to take some lighter mixture. And make some lighter trees so that they look like they might be behind. Okay. The one over here, like I did on the other side, except this guy's behind them all. Just because it's lighter in value. It's almost like a shadow of a tree, but he's back there. Maybe one here. Just an illusion of a tree. And maybe I'll make a big one. Behind this little guy. And as you can see, this is just the same stippling action. I'm going into the wet paint on the bottom. Okay. And that's your painting for the day. We have our mountains. It's a wintry sky. Mountain, 3 layers of mountains. This one looks like it has a valley in it with some trees in the foreground. And there you have it. Don't forget to sign it, because you're an artist. So as you can see, it just takes a couple minutes out of your day to reap the rewards of some watercolor wellness painting. And I am relaxed now. I can go about my day. And if I want to come back and make another one, I will do that. So we're going to continue with the Wellness Wednesdays. And next time, we'll paint another one of your suggestions.